you were speaking earlier about Yosef's youth and his youthful behavior, and he is described by Torah as being very handsome.
Yeah.
And we know that there's a concept both with men and women. When the Torah describes someone as being of what is it, beautiful form and that kind of thing, when it describes it about Sarah and about Rachel. And then in the book of Samuel, for example, Avshalom is described as being very, very beautiful, the most beautiful. All of these are also indications of an inner spiritual beauty.
Right.
You know, Torah is not telling us simply that these people, the men and the women, were beautiful to gaze on, were handsome or were beautiful. It's also an indication of something else altogether, right? So Yosef had this special quality that was manifest in a very powerful physical presence.
Yeah.
And yet we know that Yosef is the paragon in Torah, in the Torah mindset of sexual purity. So much so that he is referred to by the great sages as the verse in Proverbs that says that the tzaddik, the righteous person, is the foundation of the world. Yosef was like this perfection of purity, which comes to a tremendous confrontation with his master's wife, right? So Potiphar's wife is this unbelievably, I believe the word is nymphomaniac, right? She is this incredibly oversexed woman, and she is like just absolutely obsessed with Yosef,
and very attractive. Very stunningly attractive.
Yeah. Yes. Know? She sets herself as his nemesis, and she is constantly trying to seduce him, and it doesn't work. And the fact that the boy is 17 years old, and at the height of youthly vigor and power, and one would think also a certain lack of control, perhaps, and a certain kind of spontaneity. I don't know how to describe it exactly. The carelessness of youth. He yet is able to control himself completely. Yeah. And the story has a lot of ins and outs. But the fact is, it's an amazing idea of what he really was, and how he was able to conduct himself in that tremendously depraved atmosphere and in those particular circumstances, and how Hashem was with him in that merit. And it's just an incredible lesson. Well,
and it also is something that is a foreshadowing of the idea that the Egyptians, even going back to the time of Abraham and Sarah going to Egypt, is this beauty of Sarah being tempting enough that Abraham has to say that she's my sister, so they wouldn't kill him and steal her away. I mean, this is how rampant their sexuality was, and so Yosef, I think, and again, when I read this and I read how how she tried to lure him into her bedroom, this calls up images of Bilam looking out over the tents of Israel years later, and seeing that the family, the purity of the family, is the strongest bond that the people of Israel have. And it goes all the way back to the circumcision, how the circumcision is the male is the reminder to guard this holy gift that Hashem has given humanity to bring life into the world. It's not recreational. It's for
exactly. And speaking of Chanukah and the whole challenge of revealing the hidden light and being thrust into a pagan culture and being subjected to the forces of darkness, and how the whole idea of the Greek Empire was trying to foist upon Israel its false beliefs and its celebration, as it were, of physicality, and again the decrees that were made against circumcision and against Shabbat, and those decrees that were designed to try and and force the Jews to accept the idea, no, we can't sanctify time, we can't sanctify ourselves, we can't sanctify this world at all. And of course, the Torah's mindset is the opposite. We're in this world, and we can sanctify it.